Welcome back, part two. So marriage allows us to experience the covenant of God, to make God present and to bring God alive. We participate in that, and it creates a moment of communion. One of the things that we learn about the sacrament of marriage is that this indissoluble bond is both exclusive and permanent, which is fidelity, and unitive and procreative, which means that there's a commitment to the other person and to the possibility of life. So we realize here that when we are in solitude with God, we are people who are both word persons. So we are symbolic as well as physical. We're created to be in this union that is both symbolic, which is the invisible world, and physical, which is, of course, the physical world. So when we speak about sex consummating this love, we're speaking of that it consummates or initiates or completes either love or sin. And so sex becomes very mysterious in that when we speak of it from God's point of view, it's something that points to a very mystical, mysterious, and invisible world, as well as a world of physical world. So sex should, in the ideal world, seal a relationship. It doesn't initiate that, but it seals it. So when we speak about making love, the reality is we're trying to say that we're sealing something or we're completing it. But many times when we use the words making love, it's speaking more of pretending love or uh, the illusion of love. Your book, and you've certainly learned this through all your classes at CC, that virginity and chastity help clarify the intent of a relationship. If you get involved with someone sexually and pretend you're in love, then as soon as it starts slipping away, that sex means nothing to that relationship. You just move on. That's not how it was intended by what our Lord says. There's a thing called oxytocin, which is a hormone that women have that is generated especially during their first sexual encounter, but also when they're nursing their child. And it's often referred to as the bonding hormone. And so we know that a hormone is a physical reality, but the bonding part is the spiritual reality. So it's a way of showing once again that our physical bodies have a way of bringing the spiritual into it. It says there at the bottom, one of the things when I used to teach a sex ed class, I used to tell people that when you have sex with somebody, you're having sex with everyone they've had before them, because if it's a permanent disease like herpes or AIDS, you don't get rid of it, you live with it. And so anyone you have a partner with in the future is susceptible of having that same virus. Well, similar to that, that is equally true in the spiritual sense too. And so saving yourself in a sense allows it to be more exclusive. We speak also of contraception. I'm not going to go greatly into this, but as you can see on the screen, contraception means against conception. So it's the various forms of birth control that can stop conception from happening. Um, so I'm going to pass those real quick. But basically, what we're talking about is the animals have the possibility of reproducing. Humans, though, have the possibility of procreating. It means that we create with God as opposed to just a physical act of it. And so much of our morality around sexuality comes from that same thinking, that we're both spiritual and physical creatures. And so the act of contraception is often spoken of in the sense that the couples are symbolically using each other in a sense, because they're saving the whole purpose of this sexual relationship is for self-gratification and for the gratification of each other without including God into that relationship. So that's the theory that is used when the church teaches about contraception. Okay, I'm going to end it here and move on to part 3.